I think.
Hi, I'm Heather Widener, Communications Director from VAM. I am here to talk to you today about museum education and the new Virginia History and Social Sciences SOLs. As you may or may not know, the SOLs are all revised periodically on a schedule, and in 2008 the History and Social Sciences SOLs were revised. This school year, 2010-2011, is the first year that these new SOLs are in place. And before you get too worried, it's not a complete overhaul of the SOLs, just editing and updating of what's already there. So most likely 19 out of 20 things that you do related to the history and social science SOLs are going to stay the same. A few things might change. So that's what we're going to talk about today. First of all, everything that I talk about today can be found online, and I'll let you know how to do that at the very end. There is now online a history and social science curriculum framework that's been updated with the new SOLs, as well as the new history and social sciences blueprints. A lot of resources exist for you online from the State Department of Education, so never think that you need to reinvent the wheel when you're working on your education programs. A few things that you might want to look at when you're looking at where the changes took place. The easiest way, I think, to find the changes is to look at a version online that is the strike-through format, and it shows where they've crossed things out and where they've added new things. And I've just taken a few examples to point out to you today, and then I'll show you how to access them yourself. For example, in 4th grade Virginia history, under geography, they have always talked about the students having to know things like the Atlantic Ocean, the Chesapeake Bay, James River, York River, Potomac River, and Rappahannock River. Well, with the new SOLs, they have added to that Lake Drummond and the Dismal Swamp. If you're a museum in one of those areas, that might matter to you, and you might want to capitalize on that change. Another place where changes were made were in taking a look at physical geography in Virginia. They added an archaeology component, particularly what archaeologists are doing to unearth the remains at Jamestown. So again, museums that interpret that kind of thing might want to take a look at that change to the SOL so that they can capitalize on it for their field trip programs. Another one is when they take a look at famous Virginians, they've added a few names. They have added Oliver Hill, Sr. They've added Linwood Holton, Jr. And for current history, they've extended the 21st century. They always had SOLs talking about the 20th century. Now they've added the 21st to that, now that we're 10 years into it. So let me take you online and show you how you can access some of this information. The easiest way to do it is to just go to Google, put in Virginia SOLs and History and Social Sciences. When you do your search, the first thing that will pop up is the Virginia Department of Education website. When you go there, you will find that technical edits have been made and the new SOLs are online. The strike-through framework that I talked about, where you can take a look at the old SOLs and the changes made, can be found right there for any grade level that you like. It's all available in PDF and can be downloaded. The standard of learning documents are there. You can take a look at all of them in Word and PDF or just one grade level. I recommend that if you do print out the standards of learning, that you do so each year as they do change. And if you want to save paper, you can view them all online for every grade level that you need to. As you can see, these are all the new 2000. They say 2008 because that's when the revisions began. The other thing that I wanted to point out online for you is additional resources. If you click on resources here, and again, I am on the History and Social Science page on the Department of Ed website. Click on resources, you've got an 88-page PDF on teaching documents of American history, economics and financial literacy, global learning, different maps of Virginia if you needed that for a program you were doing, There's all kinds of resources there for you. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. So take a look at what's online, stay up to date with your SOLs, and keep bringing the school groups in. That's all. Take care.